So we've got the second game of the Rugby Championship being played on Saturday. Argentina playing the Springboks there in Salta in Argentina. I think the Rugby Championship is there for South Africa to lose. I think if they get an outright bonus point victory, then they've taken the competition. If New Zealand win and South Africa win, then it'd be on point difference. Or they get a bonus point win, it'll be on point difference. So yeah, there's a lot of permutations that could happen between all the sides. But yeah, I'm just going to go through the teams, pick up the players that I really like, and just give a bit of a game plan of what I think is going to go. For Argentina, Los Pumas, we've got Nahul Tetas Chaparro, Augustin Creevy, Juan Figueroa, Matias Alemano, Marcos Kremer, Pablo Matera, Javier Ortega Decio, Facundo Isa, Thomas Cobelli, Nicolas Sanchez, Ramiro Moyano, Geronimo de la Fuente, Matias Moroni, Santiago Cordela, and Emilio Boffelli. And then on the bench we've got Julian Montoya, Marco Vivas, Santiago Medrano, Guido Petty, Thomas Lavanini, Thomas Lozana, Gonzalo Betrano, Benjamin Urbileta, and Hakeem Tukelet. I think it's Joaquim Tukelet. I could be wrong. So yeah, my standout player for Argentina at the moment is Isa. I think he's incredible. We don't really see him playing in Super Rugby because he plays in the top 14. But yeah, his game against last week, even against the Wallabies, was really, really good. He's a real standout player. And I honestly feel, look, I know Javier Decio's playing, I prefer, Marcus Kremer's gone to number 5. Maybe there's an injury somewhere. Nice to see Augustine Creevy playing. But that back line is really, really good. I think could really rip through the Springboks, especially with the Springboks rush defence. I think there's going to be a lot of chipping. I haven't been that impressed with Nicolas Sanchez this year so far. I think he's still developing into that role. I think with a lot of players playing Super Rugby, it's quite difficult for him to get to, especially coming from top 14. The one area that is big concern for Argentina has been their scrums. I think they have been, and it's quite strange because they've got some really good scrummages and they've got some really good props. So there's something horribly wrong. I'm hoping that they've sorted that out, because you cannot go to a World Cup with a creaky scrum. It just doesn't work that way. You're just going to give penalties away all the time, and with the World Cups, most games are won by 3 points, a penalty or less. So yeah, it could be detrimental to them not to have a powerful scrum. But yeah, Pablo Matera is a captain. I think he's really developing into that role. He's definitely one of my favourite loose forwards. But yeah, this is a really good side, and you can also see they're also juggling a few positions. They're resting a few players, which is quite nice, and they're giving some players a bit of a go. But I don't think they want the wooden spoon, and I'm sure they're going to really be out for blood to try get at least one victory in the Rugby Championship. Go look at the Springboks. Got Tenda Mataya playing at 1, Bongi Mbonambi, Trevor Nyankani, Ibn Etzebeth, Franco Mostert, Kwacha Smith, Peter Steph de Toy, Dwayne Vermeulen, Faf de Klerk, Andre Pollard, Makazolo Mpimpi, Damien de Allende, Lukanya Arm, Cheslin Colby, and Willie Leroux. On the bench, you've got Malcolm Marx, Stephen Kitsoff, Frans Malherbe, Archie Snyman, Francois Lowe, Herschel Yankees, Frans Steyn, and Jesse Creel. I think it's nice to see the Beast actually starting. I prefer the Beast starting. I think Stephen Kitsoff coming off the bench brings so much more impact. And you just tell the Beast, do the first 50 minutes, just go flat out. And then Stephen Kitsoff is absolutely destructive. Stephen Kitsoff coming off the bench, especially coming up against a really tired, your really tired starting prop. and then normally there's a drop off from your starting tight head to your bench tight head, and Stephen Kitsoff will just rip straight into them. I'm so glad Trevor Nyankani is starting. I think he's had an exceptional season. He's been really, really on the boil. Really become a rock solid tight head. And he's going to be our fifth prop going across the World Cup because he can play both tight head and loose head, even though he is a tight head prop now. Frans Malherbe coming off the bench, I wasn't impressed with him. I haven't been impressed for a little while, and I think he really needs to pull up his socks and really do something. Eben Etzebeth, world class. My player to watch, obviously, Peter Steph du Toit. I think he is the best 7 currently playing in the world. I think the guy's got an exceptional engine, and he's all over the place. You watch when they're scoring tries. Wherever there's a breakdown, you'll see him somewhere, either 2-3 meters behind or wherever. You'll always see him around, just close to the action. Nice to see Faf. I would have Faf de Klerk starting. It would have been nice to see Kobus Reiner getting a go. It would have been nice to see some players get given a go, but it looks like Russie wants silverware. It looks like he's putting in a side that he wants to get silverware. He's kept it very, very, almost exactly the same. Just the changing in the front row. That's it. That's the only thing that's changed from last week's game. But the rest of the team is just exactly what played. I think even the bench looks very, very close to what played last week. So, yeah, I think this is a very, very settled side. Springboks will be going for the bonus point win. It would be nice to actually have win the championship outright without having to wait for another team and see what the permutations of scores. They're sticking with the 12-13 combination with Damien de Allende and Lucanio Arm. I think that's a really good combination. But yeah, I think that's a seriously strong side. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is fairly close to the side they're going to take to the World Cup? I think there might be 1 or 2 little changes, especially the front row, and maybe one of the wings might change for the World Cup. But this is almost identical to what's going to happen. Maybe 6 with Kwagga Smith, with Sekulisi coming back. But yeah, I predicted this game is going to be quite tight. I think it's going to be a penalty in it. Between the two sides. It's hard to play Argentina at home. It's hard to go to Salta and play. But I've put the box to win by 3 points. But listen, guys, put your comments down below of what you think of the sides. Would you have changed a few little things? And where do you think the box are going to finish? And obviously, how do you think the running's going to be over the whole championship? I think it's South Africa's to lose. I think they'll come first. New Zealand come second. Then Australia, and then Argentina will come in fourth. Listen, guys, I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful weekend. Chat soon. Cheers. Bye.